Hello followers and welcome to the studio. I'm going to show you my podcasting setup because I posted a picture on r/podcasting. And also, hi everybody from r/podcasting. Thank you for the responses. And I wanted to answer some questions about how it's set up, what equipment I have, and how it all works together. Hopefully I can explain it in a way that it is understandable. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that anybody has. Just either reply to the comments of this video or to the Reddit post that this will be under. And I'll get back to you. Let's start off with what mixer I have, and that is the Q1202 USB by Behringer. It's a Xenex. You can look it up. The reason that I got that one was, number one, it was cheap. Number two, it works for the purposes that I want it to work for. They have another one that is a slightly cheaper one, the 802 USB, Q802. And as the name implies, it has 8 inputs. This one has 12 inputs. I decided to spend the $35 or $40 more to get the 12 input. So when I first got it, they said that you could not do a mix minus setup with it, but that's not true. And I'm going to show you how I have it set up to do that. As of right now, on Amazon, this mixer is $140. And next, these microphones, that one and the blue one over there. So this one is a XLVan BM8000. You can't actually buy this one anymore, but you can buy BM8000s all day long. It's just which one is it branded under. This one just happened to be XLVan. The BM800, which is the blue one over here, is also an XLVan, and you can pick those up all day long as well. They're cheap. I think I paid about $20-25 per. They come with the arms. This one that I have here is attached to a Rode mic arm, and I highly recommend these. These are super solid, super sturdy. So moving on from there, I have, just gonna move down to the desk here. Hopefully you can still hear me. This is a Zoom H4n. It's an older model. You can get the newer H5, H6Ns. It has 2 XLR inputs in the bottom that make a stereo channel. And everything that comes out of the mixer goes into here. This is the main recording device. This is where the podcast is recorded to. So the way that this works is that we have the 2 microphones going into the mixer on the 1 and 2, number 1 and number 2 inputs that have the phantom power for the XLR. And there are several other inputs that I have, such as the tablet that gets one of these cables that have 2 1/4-inch jacks on it that go from 3.5 millimeter to 1/4-inch stereo. And the other input is from the computer. Okay, so all of the microphones, tablet, and computer have their own inputs into this. What makes this a mix minus setup is that this particular mixer has an FX channel, or an FX send channel on it. If you're new to podcasting and you don't know what that is, that's okay. Essentially what it does is that each channel on this mixer has the ability to send its signal to the FX channel. And what that does is when you send it to the FX channel, it goes out of the FX send port, or channel out. And what you're supposed to do with it is send it to an effect of some sort, like reverb, echo, distortion, whatever it is that you're wanting to put on that audio channel, and then it's supposed to come back in via one of these 1/4-inch inputs. But what we're doing is we are telling the mixer to send the audio signal for the microphones to that FX channel out. And what we're doing is we're sending that signal to the computer's microphone port so that when we're talking to somebody over Skype, they can hear us via the actual microphones. And because I have the headphone jack on the computer coming back into the input, the mixer is able to hear them. But there's no audio loop to basically mess things up. Hopefully that makes sense. This is as the name implies, a USB interface, but because of the way that I have it set up here, I don't use the USB interface because it would mess up the mix minus setting on it. I tried, it doesn't work, at least for me, or as I have been able to figure out. If you can figure it out, that's great. Use it as you will. So the main outs of the mixer, again, go to the input on the Zoom H4n. And because I want to monitor what the H4n is listening to so that I get everything right, the out for the headphones goes via this purple cable into the Pile 4-channel stereo headphone amplifier. And that just goes out to however many headphones I have connected to it so that I can monitor everything. This setup allows me to make a podcast, stream simultaneously that podcast out onto YouTube, and at the same time as doing those two things, I can interview somebody over Skype. Couple of things to note about the setup. This is an older Samsung tablet. There's a program called SoundPad that I use. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but you can just Google SoundPad on here. It's not made by Google, but you can Google SoundPad in the Google Play Store. There's a paid version of it. I plan to get it later. But essentially, you can load custom audio files onto this and play them at will. So this is useful for if you have sound effects, of course, and you want to play like funny sounds or whatever, or if you want to play your intro at will, or if you have specific clips to play, like for an interview or news or whatever, it's, whatever content. So that again goes into the input there via this cable. The other thing to note is that the laptop, if your laptop does not have the two ports for headphone and microphone, because sometimes they're integrated into one, I would recommend getting this type of USB sound card where it has the split for it. And these are cheap. This is like $5. Yeah, hopefully I explained everything, but this is how I have everything set up. It works really well. With this mixer, because it's made for like live performances, at least that's what it's advertised as, it has settings for high, mid, and low on the equalizer, and supposedly has like British components in it and everything, but you can adjust the mixer to sweeten the voices of your talent. In this case, sometimes I boost the low a little bit. Not that I need to, but if I want to get that sweet, audible chocolate. So this is what the setup sounds like. I'm going to have some audio foam put in because I can hear the reverb a little bit off of it. But as I said before, you can control pretty much anything at a moment's notice. So I can sweeten the voice just a bit and bring it back down to normal. And I'm just going to play a couple of clips off of the tablet here. Hi, Reddit. there's that. And I just recorded these. And here's a whistle. There you go. So, yeah, this setup works extremely well. So that's how I have it set up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will answer anything. And yeah, happy podcasting. And again, thank you for responding. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there.